there, viewer. Welcome to another wonderful edition of News in the Week Review here in our studio on GTV Africa. I am Ojana Samson. On News in the Week Review, Delta Central APC Leaders of Thought has commended elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark for his enormous support and contributions to the development of Southern Nigeria and Middle Belt Forum on 12th July 2022. National leader of APC Delta Central, Chief Ominimini Obievuro, disclosed that the group visit is to commend Chief Clark for his effort to Southern Nigeria and Middle Belt Forum, adding he is a figure worthy of emulation. He also said the visit is to let Chief Clark know that the members of DELCA has resolved having a Southerner as APC presidential candidate for 2023 presidential election is a good take for Southerner. Join me to enjoy and watch how the members of APC Leaders of Thought presented their thought to Chief Edwin Clark.
But we, in DECAD, we have resolved that this election 2023 that is coming, it is candidates driven.
That's true.
People will not vote on party line. People will vote on the quality of individual candidates.
Very good, very good.
That is what we have resolved at DECAD. What you stand for today, we are here to tell you that that is the right thing for Nigeria. And if all Nigeria can embrace it, Nigeria will grow from strength to strength. Let me not go specific. You and other leaders of Afenifere, other leaders of Ohanese Ndigbo, other leaders of Middle Belt Forum resolved that this is the time for Southern Nigeria to produce the next president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes. Today, the Southern and Middle Belt Forum is a leading voice in Nigeria. We are here to tell Nigerians that what Chief Clark preaches in Nigeria, that you have the force, you have the full soldier to drive it down to the grassroots. In Delta State, we the APC Leaders of Thought, DECAD, we are ready to implement the decision you have taken at the national level. And we are here to show to the world that the structure is there at home. You are a national leader, but you come from a state. We, who are from your state, we are happy with what you are doing. And by the grace of God, we are in every unit. Every unit. We have the capacity in terms of human intellectual capacity, in terms of financial capacity. We do not depend for anybody to fund us. Even if it is our cassava, we will harvest to make sure that the decision you take at the national level here will drive it to the grassroots.
After the presentation to Chief Edwin Clark, Chief Edwin Clark responded. Let's see what his response was.
If anyone tells you that all is well in Nigeria, that person is living in a fool's paradise. Yes. I'm happy to note that you are members of the ruling party. That's APC. And I will give you a message to Mr. President, who is the leader of your party. But we are in the minority. But in every society, the minority and the majority must live together. You have never seen a community where you have only the majority. If that's the case, among them some will be like in Europe. We are the largest ethnic nationality in Delta State. But within you, if you exist alone, your person would like to dominate you. The Ekpon people would like to dominate you. The Ugemi would like to dominate you. Because they are bad. We don't need a society where people are not equal. That's what Mandela fought for. But everybody is equal. People should live in a country where you grow up to do anything God created you to do. So, I have been following your movement through many and so on. But we are in trouble. Today, you can sleep or not. Your eyes closed. Everywhere kidnapping, raping, killing, Boko Haram everywhere. Could you imagine a situation that we're in Abuja? Over 300 terrorists would march into Abuja, go into a prison, and release about 1,000 people, including 64 terrorists. And it's only about 1 hour drive to Accra. And what is the government's explanation? That they came in a very large number with sophisticated or far superior weapons. A government of a country of about 200 million people recognizing the ability of terrorists. Where have you got that before? So these are the problems. I will table your support when we next meet. He is the secretary of the board of trustees. So we are saying that up to today, we still believe in a southern government, a president. So that is why some of us have said, APC that we never wanted to talk about is the one that had listened to us by zoning presidency to the south. Of course, I'm an old man of 95. I no longer belong to political parties. Perhaps if I were to vote and you put only 2 parties, that's APC and PDP, I will vote for APC. For zoning the presidency to the south, listening to our appeal.
On another development, Dream Nigeria movement has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to keep to promises he made when sworn in, adding that Nigerians are in captivity with the ongoing security challenges and social problems facing the country. Joining again with me to watch what Dream World Ambassador Timothy Onwachukwu said and how he appealed to President to look into issues affecting the country.
We are advocating to have a Nigeria that's the generation present and the generation upcoming will be able to be very proud of. We're advocating for a Nigeria that is peaceful and secured. We're advocating for a Nigeria where the inflation rate is low. We're advocating for a Nigeria where the health sector works, where the educational system works, a Nigeria that works for all. A Nigeria where the rich could be comfortable and the poor will be comfortable, the middle class will be comfortable. Today, the Nigeria we have today is not the Nigeria of our dream. The security situation of this country. we deem it fit to call on Mr. President, who is the father of the nation, to rise up to his responsibility. We wish to remind him that he swore with the Constitution, Section 14, to protect the life and citizens of this country. We want to remind Mr. President that under his watch, Nigeria have been killed. Under his watch, Nigeria is no more secured. Under his watch, so many violent crimes and banditry has taken place in this country. So many Nigerians has been in captivity for several number of months, and nothing has been done about it. So we are calling on Mr. President to wake up and to be alive to his responsibility. Nigerians need to be alive before the next general election. Therefore, we are calling on Mr. President, do the right thing. If it means relieving some security agencies of their position, relieve them. Heads of security agencies, relieve them. If it means sacking some persons, heads should be able to roll, especially with what we witnessed at the Kuje prison break. Secondly, we are concerned about the ASU strike in this country. The young people are the future of Nigeria. And for more than 4 months, the young people has been at home because of strike. Our lecturers are not well paid, and yet the youths are the future of this nation. We are telling Mr. President that this is unacceptable. We are paying that a governor in the South-South geopolitical zone could have the mind to publish the pictures of his son who graduated outside the shores of this country. He is a governor when Nigerian young people are still at home for 4 months without because of ASU strike. We appeal to Mr. President as the father of this nation to sit down with the president of ASU, sit down with the national leadership of ASU, and be able to give them his word and take proactive measure to end.
That will be all for now on our News in the Week review here in our studio on GTV Africa. Do ensure to subscribe to our YouTube channel on GTV Africa and our Facebook page on GTV Africa Services to watch, like and follow, and also access more of our news content and our visuals as we bring to you real and direct. Good day, viewer. Welcome to another wonderful edition of News in the Week review here in our studio on GTV Africa. I am Ojana Samson. Welcome back. With me here I have an award-winning journalist, Mr. Gbemiga Olamikon. Mr. Gbemiga, you are welcome to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So on our News in the Week review today, we have seen that Delta Central APC Leaders of Thought visited Chief Edwin Clark to commend him for his effort as he served as, or when he served as the group's leader, and also to relate to him that having a Southerner coming out as APC presidential candidate is a good one for Southerners. So what's your take on that, sir?
Well, that tells you that data politics is changing. The game is statically changing. I might say that's the beginning of movement from what the Delta State is known for. Delta State is known for PDP and politics.
Yes.
About some group coming to introduce themselves to Chief Edwin Clark, telling him or making it known to him that they are APC and they want to follow what he said at the national level, that Southerner should be the candidate or should be the president come 2023, and bringing APC flag or candidate to him tells you something. And in this week, like you said, a lot happened. The group made it known to him that what is said in the past by requesting that Southerner should be the president is what they are still following. And remember that it was agreed, or it was said in that event, that their governor betrayed them. He was the one that arranged, planned, organized that there should be a Southern presidency. Unfortunately, the same person moved to another one, and he accepted to be vice president to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of PDP. And if I listen very well, watching the news that you presented, they said they are not looking at the party this time around.
Yes.
That they are going to the person, the personality that is contesting, and they are presenting to him the Southern candidate, which means 2023, Delta State might be moving towards APC, and anything can happen. And within the week also, there is this news that APC candidate of Delta State, governorship candidate of Delta State, who is also the deputy Senate president of Omar Agege, pay a visit to Chief Edwin Clark.
Yes.
And Edwin Clark says his son will likely be the governor 2023. What does that tell you? The group visited, and then the subsequent movement started following. I won't be surprised if tomorrow Ahmed Bola Tinubu paid a visit to Edwin Clark. I won't be surprised, because
so you wouldn't be surprised. We don't even know if actually he has done
that or yet to do that. But very soon, maybe I may be a prophet now telling about what may likely happen. But I'm sure that Tinubu or APC group will visit Chief Edwin Clark.
Okay, sir. But still on Edwin Clark, still on the visit to Edwin Clark, he said something there that if he was still political active, he would have gone to personally vote. Like you said earlier, that they are going for the individual that has the capacity. So he said so, and he also urged the Delta regions to ensure they go out to vote for APC. So what do you actually think he's pointing out to, sir?
See, if you're not careful, you tend to misinterpret the statement of the man, Chief Edwin Clark. Before that day of visit, he had a press statement that he condemned actions of APC for stealing to vice president from the north, who is a Muslim, as the candidate of APC is a Muslim. But notwithstanding, he said he's going to vote for APC if two parties are presented, that is APC and PDP, and APC is presenting southern candidates, that is going to vote for APC. That's if it's active to vote, but it's 95 now, so you don't expect 95 years old to struggle to go and vote. But it's a command word. It's an elderly man that people listen to, and he has uttered a word that if that tells you that the followership are likely to move towards voting for APC. But let's see, let's watch and see. Few days time, the direction of what is going to happen in Delta State will show.
Sure, okay. So still on this Deka's visit to Chief Edwin Clark, because the visit was, let me say, it entailed a lot, sir.
Yep.
So still in this visit, Chief Edwin Clark, while responding to their visit, he actually appealed to President Muhammadu Buhari in a statement to constitute a substantive board for Niger Delta Development Commission, and he said it is affecting the duties of the commission. So, sir, do you really think there is a foul manipulation beneath the constituting this board for Niger Delta Development Commission? Do you think there is actually a manipulation going beneath it that is actually the reason why this board has not been constituted?
Don't forget that whoever that is close to the president, who is looking at having opportunity of being at the head of any agency, will always work towards that. Those that are serving as acting are benefiting. They will never want other sets to come up, except they are going to be the one that will be appointed, which is not certain. And I'm sure by the time it gets to the time of appointment, the substantive committee or the group that will lead that place, different criteria will be followed. They might not be. So you can't throw that away, that there are certain people that are benefiting who they don't want another set of people to come over, and that is what is causing trouble. There will be corruption, there will be illegality and other things that will be going on. But if there are real people that are appointed to be in that place, such will not be, and they will hold them responsible. You remember in the past there is issue of forensic audit,
yes,
and this and that, and some people are saying that those people that are faulty should be penalized, should be punished. And I'm sure there are certain projects that are yet to be completed. How many years interval? And if you find out stuff, the projects that they are meant to do, the committee, Niger Delta Commission, supposed to have carried out, have they done that? Can they prove that a large chunk of money given to the committee or to the commission has been used to the extent that it can justify the amounts given to them vis-a-vis the project on ground. Are we saying that there is no places that they are still not looking for water, that they are still not lacking one thing or the other? But well, I pray the government will listen to the call of Chief Edwin Clark,
Okay.
and do what he and other people are asking for.
Okay, so still on this constituting a board
Yep.
for the Niger Delta development. Okay, it is saying that, or he said in a statement that since the forensic audit report was submitted to President Muhammadu Buhari 10 months ago, he's yet to still constitute. He doesn't know, maybe he actually said he doesn't know, maybe he has forgotten or something. So, sir, do you think, because if it's this way, then there is then there is an interim administration that have been managing this board, and that is the reason why they are seeking for a permanent constitution to constitute the board. So do you think for someone to, or let's just assume that they are the ones actually stopping the constitution of this board, so this interim administration can keep on? So do you think that there's still someone there that wants to keep coming in, or that wants to keep standing in as the interim administrator to us?
Like I said, if I'm the one, let's assume that I'm the one being given that privilege to serve as interim, I would not want that period to go. I would want to continue to do like I'm the best to my master, that's the president, so that he can retain me to continue in the office. Whereas I know that I'm denying certain number of people.
He said that those are rumors, though. Those are just speculations.
Where?
In our news for the week,
Yep.
we mentioned it. He said that those are just speculations, sir.
I will just want to encourage the president. 10 months is too much to look into a committee's paper report or whatsoever, and do whatever that is expected. And the time is not nearby again. This is our 7th year. We are moving towards election, and before you know it, the time is over. The tenure is gone, and if the president or the administration is unable to do what is expected of them within this time, it will be too late. And prosperity.
Okay, sorry. So on our other stories, Dream Nigeria movement has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to actually look into the security challenges, and he said also that the president, the ambassador Onwachukwu Timothy, while addressing the press, he said that the president should look into the security challenges and also the social problem. So, sir, do you think that within this tenure that our president is having before he hands over to someone else, do you think there is still time, or do you think there is still space incubated within the presidential cycle that he can still do something to the problems Nigerians are facing?
Well, it's not compulsory that the president should finish it up. The current president, the administration, should finish whatever they start now. When it comes to security, one fellow or one group cannot end it, but you can start foundation for it. Starting now will be good.
Yes, sir.
Because if you don't start it now, remember, the terrorists, banditry, and others, or other form of attacks that the nation is having, are having impact on the infrastructure that is in the country. Either the bombing of this, the bombing of that. Look at the recent one, attack on the correctional center, Kuje prison. It's infrastructure, government infrastructure. Whatsoever that was damaged there, we still need to be rebuilt. If you are not careful, time is not on. So, like those group call on presidents that he should come and remember the promises he made at the beginning of his administration.
Yes, sir.
It will not be too bad. If there are other things, Nigeria is big. Nigeria is not a small room that you can say, okay, I can put this one here. As you are tackling this, another one is happening there. But it's expected that the president, together with his team, should work towards securing the country from the fellows that are coming from different ends to distract, distract, and attack the nation. There is no doubt the hands of fellows from outside the country are coming in, because the weapons that they are using, they're not producing them in the country here.
Yes.
So somebody is bringing that in. That tells you that the hands from outside the country are into it. So
That means there is a connection in it.
That's certain. Terror movement is not one fellow job. It's networking, connection, coordinating, and others. You remember, within this week after the jailbreak, there is this memo from civil defense that was flying on social media that there are likely going to be some other attack in the city, especially in Abuja, and I'm sure that was why the government or the security operatives in the system are creating blockage and barrier and others. Well, the president need to quickly walk and do as he said, the promises he made when he started. He needs to do them. Time is not there for him. He has to do something fast so that whoever that is coming next will be able to continue from there.
Okay, so finally on our story today, Ashcraft Center for Social Research is set to hold a South-South Zonal Stakeholder Summit to discuss responsibilities in protecting Nigerian infrastructure and asset. So, Mr. Gbega, do you think the current state of the country is also having, aside from the insecurity challenges or the security challenges we are facing right now, do you also think that the current state of the country is having effect on our infrastructure, our asset, or let me just use the word, even our economical cycles?
You cannot rule out that the current situation in the country is affecting almost everything. And like I said, a good example is that of jailbreak. It's infrastructure. When you hear bombing, attacking Damaturu, attacking this mast, telecommunication mast and others that are being destroyed, they are infrastructure. If you hear of any attack anywhere, check it. At the end of the day, one government infrastructure must go down, and affecting also individuals' property too. So there is no how there will be attacked on the nation without affecting any of the infrastructure. But the only solution is that government needs to quickly tackle every insecurity aspect so that,
as it is the bedrock to other things,
so that the nation can build. Instead of us to be increasing, we're gradually decreasing because affecting one structure or the other is reducing this level of what we have.
Yes.
And before you return those things back to the state where they were destroyed, the time is not waiting. So instead of us to be on 10 level, we are still returning back to level 1, and then we now started taking ladder back to 1, 2 before we get to 7. Are you sure that before you get to 7, another one will not return you back to square 1? So government needs to work fast.
Okay, so that will be all for today on our News in the Week review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media handle as we have said earlier. So far with me here, I've had Mr. Gbemiga Olamiko. Mr. Gbemiga, you're welcome again to the studio.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so stay tuned as we bring to you again next time on our News in the Week review. Bye for now.